Hey, welcome to Cable TV with Anne
and Olivia.
I'm Ann Hansen of Knitspot Patterns and Bare Naked Wools, and Olivia is my friend who also works here, and she is a year-old knitter.
Yep, I'm one today.
So this is our first episode, our inaugural episode of our new podcast, which you guys told us you wanted to see.
Yeah.
Unbeknownst to me, Michelle and Olivia put a survey out on social promising that if we got 1,000 likes that we would do a podcast.
Yeah,
so
maybe.
So here we are.
Yeah, we might be guilty of that.
And to be honest, we've been talking about it for a while. Barb and I do little,
chats like this all the time.
Banter chat all the time.
Yes.
But this is a little more formal, and we think it's going to be really fun, and we hope that you think it's going to be really fun.
Yes.
Over time, we'll build it, and with your input, we'll expand the topics and make it really fun.
Yeah, we hope so. We want everyone to enjoy, and keep in mind that you should be knitting while you're watching this. We want everyone to just be having a fun time and sitting and chatting with us.
And we want to be covering things that you care about.
100%.
So let us know your thoughts afterward, and for now, we'll dive right into some knit chat.
Yes.
We named the podcast Cable TV just because we thought that was funny.
Right.
But to celebrate our first episode, we are wearing cable knits.
Yay!
So I'm wearing the Fisher Folk pullover in Kent DK in kind of a dark color because I want to prove to you that cables can be beautiful in dark colors, and that you can definitely see all the texture in a dark yarn as well as in a light yarn. Mm-hmm. And Olivia is wearing the dark roast pullover, which is a worsted weight pullover in our Black Welsh Mountain worsted, which we're momentarily out of, but we have a batch winging its way to us as we speak. So literally, it should arrive today or tomorrow, and it should be on our shelves by early next week.
Yes, so very soon.
But this pullover is knit all in the round from the hem to the neck, all in one piece without seams. My sweater is knit in pieces, which are very portable and lightweight and easy to take with me wherever I go. And then I seam it up afterwards and arrive basically at the same place.
I didn't even realize. That's so awesome that we're doing it. We have a in the round and a seam sweater.
Yeah, mine has a saddle shoulder where the cable detail goes all the way up through the saddle, and Olivia's is a raglan, so it converges. The cables all converge at the neckline. So anyway, so cable knits for Cable TV.
Yes. And now we're going to get into the Valentine's Day shawl, the real reason why we're here.
That's right. You have questions?
Oh, of course. So maybe just so everyone kind of is aware of who I am and everything.
This is Olivia. I'm sorry. And I'm Anne. I know some people might not know us.
No, yeah, for sure. Yeah. So yes, obviously this is Anne, but I'm Olivia, and I work at Bare Naked Wools in our marketing team, and I have been knitting for about a year now. So just here to kind of offer my perspective on how things look to me, just as someone who's obviously much less experienced than Anne. So to me, whenever I see this shawl, I think it's so beautiful, but I just can't imagine doing it myself. At this point in my knitting journey, I'm so scared of this. And
although Olivia is super adventurous, she is tackling projects that many beginning knitters wouldn't do. She just finished her first cable project, and she's working an open work project now. She's knitting the Graze scarf, which is a great beginner project. It's very easy to memorize and intuitive. And
we'll show it really quick.
Yeah.
I'm knitting this one in our Kent DK in the color Tide Pool. But it's been a really fun project.
So you're working with yarn overs and patterning them or pairing them with decreases to make shapes in fabric, which is what lace is.
Exactly. And it really hasn't been too hard. I just have to remember what you said, just obviously that every yarn over pairs with a decrease or whatever. So if I'm doing one, I know that down the line I'm going to do another one. So that's helped me keep it in line, and it's been going great.
And I think the big mystery about lace is, while it looks visually complex, it looks like there's a ton of stuff going on here, and there's all kinds of maneuvers that you would never be able to do. The truth is, you can make a ton of really incredible looking projects with just simple decreased stitches and yarn over techniques, and combining them in a multitude of ways to make different patterns. And a good example is this shawl.
Yes.
So this shawl is a triangle shawl, and it is totally comprised of knit, purl, SSK, knit two together, and yarn over. That's it. Okay. And there is no wrong side row lace in this shawl. The most complex looking part of it is probably the easiest part to do.
Really?
If you can follow instructions. I mean, the main thing is being able to read the pattern, and the pattern, the actual instructions are both written and charted, so whatever your preference is for following instructions, it's there for you. And if you want to teach yourself to read charts, you can use the written instructions to do that, which you've done.
Yes, I have. And honestly, I have to say, working with I originally did the written instructions because that felt easier to me in the beginning. But then as I started working it, I started to understand like what I was supposed to be doing with the chart, if that makes sense. So it kind of just helped me get a start on it, and then I was able to use the chart for the rest of the pattern. So.
And the graphic layout of the chart generally, I mean, it should look like the pattern that you're knitting, and so that really helps you understand it more as well. So I'm not sure how much of this you can see, but
hopefully, okay. Here, why don't
you? So this is what it looks like, and just for giggles, some giggles. This pattern is a new unpublished pattern. It will be published next week. Yay. Along with our Valentine's Day kit.
Yes.
So A, that's why you haven't seen it yet. And B, that's why it is pink, because the yarn is a yarn from one of our dye partners.
Yes.
It's a special edition. We purchased only a certain amount, and then when it's gone, it's gone.
Yeah.
So it's dyed by Miss Babs. It's a merino and silk blend. It's a light fingering weight. So it is a little thinner, but it has a really firm twist, so it's not overly slippery. It's lovely to work with. It's very buttery. It doesn't split because it's got that nice tight twist. It has great stitch definition because of that nice tight twist. And then it blocks out beautifully and holds its shape really nicely. So I think the hardest thing about this shawl is the fact that it's a triangle shawl.
Yeah, I honestly don't even think I know where to start with that. Where are you casting on here? Like, do you start at the...
Right at the top.
Okay.
And you cast on with a very small number of stitches, only 9 stitches to get started.
Okay.
And it's on a provisional cast on.
Okay.
So it's flat, straight when you're working back and forth in rows over these 9 stitches. And then as you work back and forth, you're increasing at each side of each of these triangles.
Okay,
so there's 2 triangles that will grow geometrically as you head toward the hem.
Yeah.
So you're working in this direction. This one center stitch stays in the same place all the way down. And then your stitch count across gets bigger and bigger as you go. Yeah. So in the beginning, you make lots of progress and you're like, whoa, I'm not so good at this, you know. And the pattern is the same between here and here, and then between here and here.
Sure. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I mean, obviously it's just mirrored, right? So
it is, in some parts it's mirrored. In this pattern it's not mirrored, but it creates its own little story there.
No, yeah.
So the edging is its own little pattern of 4 rows. So every 4 rows you're binding off a couple stitches, and that keeps repeating all the way up.
That's so beautiful.
Right.
Yeah, I really love the edging here.
And then as you get bigger, as you complete each chart repeat, you add another repeat of the pattern. So here you have 1, then you have 2, then 3, 4. So it's easy to remember how many repeats you've done, because at the end of this section I have 6 repeats, and that's what I'm supposed to do.
Yeah.
So if you can follow instructions and read notes, you shouldn't really have too much of a problem knitting this if you're a intermediate knitter. A rank beginner might have trouble with just getting their head around the shaping and everything.
That's really the only thing that's one of the main things that scared me so much, was just because I've never done this shape before, so I had no idea where it starts and whatever. But
and then of course using stitch markers, track of it carefully.
Right.
And while it's not written into the pattern because it's a personal preference, you can even put a marker between every repeat of the pattern as you go. So
that's nice.
So those are there.
Yeah. Okay.
So the name of the pattern is Sakura Fubuki.
Okay, and what does that mean?
It's a Japanese term for cherry blossom blizzard, which is a natural phenomenon that occurs at the end of cherry blossom blooming season.
Wow.
So cherry blossom trees bloom for about 2 weeks, usually in, I don't know in Japan, but in here it's in mid-April or early to mid-April. And usually at the end of cherry blossom season, there's a day or two where the dead petals and flowers begin to fall and the spring winds kind of whip them around, and it's like a blizzard.
Oh, okay.
And it truly is like a blizzard.
Yeah.
It's kind of like here when the cottonwoods shed their down.
Yes.
And we get those floating. But this can be very heavy in parts of the world where they have a lot of cherry trees in one place. For instance, Washington, D.C. has a cherry blossom season when tourists go to view the flowers. And Philadelphia has a fantastic array of dense cherry tree plantings throughout the city. And also Seattle. I was in Seattle one year when it was cherry blossom season, and it was just beautiful.
Yeah, no, that's lucky.
So, around the world, it's a popular tree and a popular, phenomenon to witness. It's just one of those things that happens once a year, and it's another year passing.
Yeah, wow, that's really beautiful. I love the name. I find that your names are always so interesting. Like, sometimes I even have a hard time pronouncing them because I've just never heard of it.
Yeah.
No, but I think that's really cool. So...
Okay, is there anything else we wanted to say about the shawl? So we put a kit together with the pattern, the yarn, a little goodie. You can add a project bag.
Yes.
The kit will be available Wednesday, January 28th. Our newsletter will announce it. If you're signed up for our newsletter, which you should do, we have fun newsletters, you'll get dibs on a kit for this. You can buy a one skein kit to make the smallest size shawl, which the shawl has 3 sizes. The pattern has 3 sizes. This is the medium size.
Okay.
Let's pick it up
again.
let's
hold it up again.
This is 72 inches across at the top and 28 down. It's a good size.
For sure.
A size from Olivia to Anne's size.
What's that?
A size from Olivia to Anne. Measurement.
And there's a petite size that's probably about 5 inches shorter.
Okay.
And that's, I would say it's a generous scarf size.
And how many yards are in our skeins?
490 yards.
Nice.
So we also have a couple of sweater patterns that would be beautiful in this yarn. The Spellcaster was actually designed with a different shade of this same yarn. This is the Spellcaster in one of our Bare Naked Wools yarns, but the design was originally knit with a purple shade of the same fiber base here.
Yeah.
I think I think people have made the 405 Lex with it.
Ooh.
And
that would be great.
And Artisan Anne is another one that would be nice. And if you need help picking a pattern for it, if you did want to make a different accessory or a sweater with this yarn, we will have open inventory available to buy sweater quantities, and we can help you pick a pattern if you need help with that.
Most definitely.
And as always, Barnbox members will get first dibs on kits and yarn.
Yep.
We will notify Barnbox members a day early, so get your pointy finger ready for that. It's a really pretty color. It's kind of a blue pink. It's not a baby pink. It's very, very pretty. It'll go really beautifully with grays and browns alike, and silvery colors, or white.
I think white would be really beautiful. with
And
that.
we are going to have a white kit available. I
Yes.
forgot about that.
Yes.
We're going to make a kit available in our Modern Deco lace
yeah,
yarn,
we have a few here. So
which the way this yarn handles is very similar to the special edition yarn.
Mm-hmm.
So if you've got your eye out for a wedding shawl or a very special occasion shawl in white,
Yes.
we're going to have that available.
this would be so beautiful as a wedding shawl.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody just messaged us asking about it.
Yeah.
So if you haven't bought a pattern, this is the time.
Yeah. So this will be my next release, my newest item. It's been a month of many items.
Oh, I know.
It's been a busy month for publishing.
For sure.
We had a barn box publication just last weekend that is an Aran patterned wrap.
Should we bring it in?
Yeah, I could grab it. So this is the Quay Street
Yes.
wrap knit in our Galway DK. Yeah, like this.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, can you see it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's beautiful, and the pattern includes 2 blanket sizes along with the wraps. So if you're not partial to wraps, but you like a nice cozy blanket, this is
This would be, I
lovely
mean,
stuff.
we could just keep it on our lap right here.
By the time we're
Yeah.
done, we'll be buried in hand knits. So
But
there was this.
Yeah, and so how do you make this pattern? Is that just a knit purl texture then? Or?
Yes, in the middle, it's just knit from bottom to top, and the cable, it's got a cable panel on each side with a repeating knit purl pattern in the middle.
Right.
And then the blankets are a repeat of this whole section.
Oh, okay. So there'll be 2.
Right.
Okay.
Right. And for the larger size, this gets a little wider. It's a very relaxing, pleasurable knit. It's easy to do, easy to memorize. Even these cables are easy to memorize, especially when you're doing 10 repeats of them.
Right.
So this was a publication this month.
What else did we have?
And then we had Everybody's Mittens at the start of
those are right behind us too.
yeah.
Okay, worsted yarn.
We're getting low on it though, so
are.
if you are looking at Parfait Worsted,
Yeah, if you've been eyeing it, it's you should grab some now.
yeah, this, and we have a sweater knit in it, and
Yeah.
a few other items knit in this
Corners right
yarn.
there.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
the other striped mitten, they're a little bit small for the mannequin, but still super cute. And I mean, you could use that with any of your yarn from Stash. It's
Yeah, this is
worsted
just I just took scraps of leftover worsted weight yarn to make this
Yeah.
pair, and then that pair I made solid, so you can do, random striping.
yeah.
It's just a basic worsted weight mitten pattern that's easy to do and fun. So if you're looking for that. Another thing I did this month was I knit a hat to match the vanilla velvet scarf and cowl.
Yes.
So this is a cowl that I designed, a cowl and scarf. There's a straight scarf,
Yes.
flat scarf, in this really soft cable pattern for last year's holiday barn box.
In January.
Yeah. And let me grab
actually-
let me grab it here. Yeah.
No,
So this was our holiday barn box project.
Yes. This is my favorite scarf pattern of hers, I think. I've actually knit it, and my mom has been wearing it every day. I gifted it to her, and she's been showing it off to everyone. And
It's really, really soft and nice. It's knit with our Cupid yarn, which is yak, silk, and merino.
yes,
Is that right?
That is correct.
It's so soft, and yet it has really nice body too.
It does.
I mean, this scarf is a year old, and it hasn't lost its shape at all. It's really lovely. So
Agree.
So I thought a matching cap, a soft, this is almost an indoor cap, It's
Yeah.
it could be worn in the spring though too. A soft cabled cap to match that would be really nice. So the pattern for this, I'm going to write it up probably next week, probably early next week.
Oh, yeah.
I want to take out this top portion and re-knit it a slightly different way, so it's a little bit easier to deal with.
That's great.
There's that.
What else do we have?
Isn't that enough?
No. Yes.
It's been like a 5 pattern month, you know.
Yes.
The reason I'm really like pushing out a bunch of patterns because I'm going on vacation.
Yay!
Yeah, I'm going on vacation the first week of February. I'll be away for 2 weeks. I'm going and I'm going with David, of course. David and I are going to Ecuador with Michelle and her husband because they have family there and they go to visit, you know, periodically their family. But I've never been, and we love to explore new places, and we haven't been to any place exotic in decades now.
Well, Michelle's been trying to get you to go for how many years now?
A really long time.
She's and kidnapping her.
Yeah. That's true, and I'm really looking forward to it. It's going to be warmer there. It's also a fiber-friendly country. It's full of sheep and alpaca and all kinds of you know, great
I'm sure that you'll get to explore
fiber animals. I'm sure they have great fiber markets and dye houses and things like that we can visit. And you know, who knows, we might take a day off to go to go look at possible retreat venues when we're there. That could be something that we end up doing.
Maybe.
We're hoping that that will be a possibility. Which is very exciting. So
yeah, I would love to go back with you guys the next time.
Oh yeah, I know, you gotta.
Yeah. So
anyway,
no, but I mean, it's been great, and you have so many pattern releases, and
and I'm already working
things
on new stuff. So I'm kind of out of projects at the moment. So I know
that never happens. Yeah.
Well, I'm swatching, so I'm swatching several different things, which is a project in itself.
Yes.
But I definitely want to have a few things. Probably 2 projects ready to go with me, ready to knit, or even started when I go. So,
do you have any swatches you want to show, or that you can show?
I can show,
Move her out of the way for a little bit.
You know, it's time for me to be deep designing spring knits, which I am, but including this. But the weather here has been Arctic, ongoing, and it's not stopping.
I think it was actually 13 degrees today,
and it's going down. It's not going up, even though the sun is out.
No, I know.
We're heading into a polar freeze that's pretty severe for the next few days, and I'm just still craving like a cozy pullover.
Yeah,
you know, I have my multigrains. My multigrain pullover is my grab and go everyday sweater.
Yes.
As you all know, everyday sweater.
Yes.
And I have 2 of them so I can switch off, but I love the style and the fit of it. It's loose, it's comfy, it's knit in stone soup. So,
which is, of course.
Yeah, my favorite.
Yeah.
But I was thinking it'd be really nice to have a heavier one and a slightly different, you know, maybe a different stitch pattern. So I love the simplicity of it, and I love that it has the cables on the
just right on the
So I swatched this.
That's nice.
It's just
a subtle.
But when you look at it from a distance, it has depth, and I think it will contrast really nicely with cables, but not be intimidating. This definitely will be a beginner sweater.
Yeah.
So, you know, reversible, but.
Perfect.
Okay, so it's really soft. Stone soup worsted is really soft and fluffy.
Yeah, really nice.
And it feels a little airy in this gauge, but I know from experience it will bloom more over time and fill in and solidify a little bit. So I don't want to go overboard with making it too tight at this point.
So what's the difference between these? Are they just different needle sizes?
Yeah, different needle sizes. And while I like the fabric of this one, I do worry that it won't keep its shape very well. So that's one size smaller, and it's just, if you want to...
Oh, yeah.
As a less experienced person.
Right. What do I see here?
Yeah.
I do get it. Yeah, I understand. I mean, obviously this one is much larger, and this one is more tight and smaller.
The stitch count is a little different on the smaller swatch.
Oh,
so that's one of the reasons it's smaller.
Okay.
But it's tighter.
It is. Yeah, I can tell just from holding it in my hands, like, and this feels like it would stretch a little bit more.
So we have a whole bunch of we have plenty we have a batch of underweight skeins in the granite shade that are the perfect number for me to knit myself a pullover.
How perfect.
So, yes, Stone Soup is so soft and squishy. So that's one project that, even if I just take the sleeves with me, which are very portable, I can get those done.
Oh, for sure.
And maybe start on the body. And then for spring knits, I've been playing around with
I know what that is.
a design in our camel and silk blend.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah. Which is like, it looks and feels like liquid gold.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
It's heaven in a skein.
That is beautiful.
So these are the same stitch pattern, but this one I did a little longer. Like that's kind of the original stitch pattern. And then I wondered what it would look like in a longer version.
Yeah. I almost like that one a little bit more, actually.
Yeah, it's, and then this would be like a raglan inset or a side seam inset if I do that. So I still have to decide which one I like better.
Yeah.
This is just going to be a little straight t-shirt with a round neck or a v-neck.
Yeah.
It'll be optional. 1x1 ribbing, and then this little inset panel, which kind of just gives it that detail.
Yeah. And then this one too, it kind of reminds me of the Janet Guthrie top.
Yeah, I just did that. I really was kind of stuck on this idea.
Yeah.
I just wanted to see if something horizontal would appeal to me, but I'm not feeling this as much as these. And between the two of these, I kind of like this one a little bit better.
No, that's okay.
Yeah, but
Whatever.
I that's what I've got so far, and I've got color work samples, color work swatching going on. That's
Really?
Oh, it's an ongoing project, but it's pulling together. I have a chart I like. I just need to, I'm knitting it and making changes as I knit it.
So
it's for me a little bit laborious process, even though I love it.
Yeah.
It doesn't come naturally to me unless I do it all the time. And then if I get stuck doing that all the time, I won't do other things, and it's kind of hard to do. But I'm getting there, folks.
Yeah, so many people love color work. I feel like it's been huge recently. I mean, obviously you see all of those like top down in the round sweaters with the color work in the yoke and stuff like that. But yeah, I don't know. I love color work.
And that's what this is.
I'm excited.
It's destined to be something like that.
Yeah.
So,
okay, great.
Yeah, so lots in the works.
Yay.
Secret projects are coming as well, but we're not revealing those.
No.
You can see them when they're not secret anymore.
Yeah.
All right. No, just we're going to be on vacation. When I come back from vacation, we'll do another one of these, or who knows? Maybe Michelle and I will do one when we're away. That would be fun. That would be a lot of fun.
Diary.
Yeah. And then just for the uninitiated, our Barn Box subscription, which I mentioned earlier, is an every other month subscription of a world of yarns. We get yarns from all over the place, most of which you will never see in a yarn store. Sometimes at a fiber fair, but they're not things you can find anywhere else. And they'll be in undyed shades. And we do a wool school to teach you about each breed that we bring in. And it's just a lot of fun. There's a new design usually for each installment. So working on our March Barn Box now, so we're moving toward that. Yeah. So you can sign up for that on our website.
And you should.
Yeah, it's worth every penny, really. It's a great experience. Plus, first dibs on everything.
Of course.
So. All right. Well, I think this pretty much wraps up our first episode of Cable Knits. I do want to say, we want to open this up a little bit over time. We have a bunch of fun segments that we think might be fun, but it requires your participation. So one thing we'd like to do is a segment called Sweater Roast, which is a fun activity that we do at our retreats, but it is also really helpful. So if you have a specific sweater problem, or you have a specific failure, a sweater fail that you want us to talk about with you, you can send us photographs or video footage and a little story about it, and we can maybe put it in a future episode of cable TV. So also we have what?
Also, if you just have any sort of questions about knitting, it doesn't have to be a specific project that you have in mind, just anything that you have questions about, please send them in to us. You can drop them down below in the comments, or you can email us at skein@knitspot.com. And
any suggestions? If you want to see a certain kind of segment, let us know. Any suggestions, we'll read them and entertain them. I mean, we're not going to do strip naked or anything,
right?
But
yeah, obviously
you wouldn't want to see that anyway. But
we're already bare naked.
We're already bare naked. But yeah, we want your input. Let us know what you think. We love you. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you next time.